Guys, in today's video, we are going to check out the community of Trailmark. We've done a video on here before, but I wanted to get an update. This is going to be a full vlog tour. We're going to take a look at the 3 builders that are currently building here, new construction homes within Trailmark. And this is probably one of my favorite communities it's in the name, right? It's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm actually on one of their trails. Throughout this community, they have 10 miles of trails that are open to hikers, mountain bikers, and of course you just want to go on a nice walk. You can do that as well with your dog. But this is something that a lot of communities don't offer, and for me, makes this community probably my favorite master plan community within the St. Johns County area. So I just wanted to take a walk back here. I'm going to show you one of the sweet little ramps that they have for the mountain biking that you can do here. And if you've watched my videos before, you know that's something that I really enjoy here. But you can see they got a nice little ramp over here. We're in this densely wooded area here, nice little maintained trail that is offered to all the residents here in Trailmark and only for the people here within the community. What's up everyone? My name's Thomas with Real Broker here in St. Augustine, Florida. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest anywhere in St. Johns County or Northeastern Florida, make sure you reach out to me and my team. All we try to do is give you the information so that you can make an educated decision on what you already want to do. So let's start out by giving you a little bit of a community overview of Trailmark. This was developed by Greenpoint developers and is planned to have about 2,200 homes. As of right now, they're about 80% of the way through that. So they still have a couple of phases of new construction, which we're gonna see in a bit. They have the 3 builders here, which is gonna be Dreamfinders, which is probably gonna be the best bang for your buck. Going to be Richmond American, and then you're going to have Drees Homes. And with Drees Homes, they're the ones that's going to offer the most customization when it comes down to building your home from a lot. The other 2 builders here just do spec homes on a lot. Everything's already kind of decided for you. But we're going to check that out later on in the video. So we're actually in the northern part of St. Johns County where most of the development is, but we're a little further south in St. Johns County than where the majority of like Silverleaf, Shearwater, Rivertown, Nocatee, Beacon Lake, all those master plan communities are really based off of State Road 210, whereas we're based off of State Road 16, so really 2 exits south on I-95. The major roads that you need to know about if you're looking to live in Trailmark is going to be International Golf Parkway, it's going to be State Road 16, and County Road 208. And that's actually one of the main benefits of living here in Trailmark is that you have access to County Road 208. You're not up with all the traffic and all the development, all the construction in the northern part of town off of St. John's Parkway, County Road 210. Those can get very congested, especially because they haven't really kept up with the infrastructure with all the major development happening here. But here at Trailmark, you have access to County Road 208, which if you just go back on County Road 208, there's literally nothing at all. I mean, there might be an access to 1 or 2 communities, but in general, there's not much back there. So you can take County Road 208, it follows parallel to State Road 16, so you avoid all the traffic on 16. And you can take like a back roads country drive that'll take you right to 95 and give you access to downtown St. Augustine. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a quick drive through Trailmark just to kind of show you what it looks like around here and why it's one of my favorite communities for master plan development within St. Johns County. And the majority of that comes within the name of it, right? It's because it is a beautiful community. It almost has a park-like setting. There's tons of trails around. And it really feels more mature than a lot of these new construction communities that are brand new. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but they still have some years to go. Trailmark was developed originally in 2016, so they already have a good bit of homes in here that are already built. A lot of the trees are more mature, so it gives you more of a homey feel than you're gonna find in a lot of the master plan communities here in Northeastern Florida. And guys, I wanna take a quick walk. We're just outside of the Amenity Center here. I wanna just take a quick walk through this little park that they have that's based around this center pond here. At the Amenity Center, the pool looks over the pond, the park looks over the pond. And it's honestly really relaxing. I know they also host like a farmer's market type of situation here. Every so often they call it Trail Market. I've been here for one of my past clients that purchased here and they make some art. And we actually bought some really, really great strawberry, and not strawberry, it was a mixed berry jelly here from someone that makes it in their house. Oh, I crushed it probably within the first week of me having it. But let me turn this around just so you can kind of see what this looks like here. So you can see they kind of have everything outlined here. They got their dog park, which we'll go check out. There's no dogs over there right now, but the adventure trail, the timberline trail, the armadillo loop, and the riding bear trail. You can see someone gliding by on their bike over there. Beautiful oak trees with the Spanish moss. Nice little playground back here, all overlooking the water, you know, which is really, really nice. And we'll get a peek at the back end of the amenity center here as well as we walk through here. But as of right now, it's probably like 85 degrees mid-May, but under this canopy probably feels like high 70s, you know, so you do lose a couple degrees, which is nice. But you can see, oh, bugs are out here. It's May, the bugs starting to come out, get some no-see-ums.
That's right.
And that's just part of living in Florida for sure. But let's take a look over here, what this looks like. Got this beautiful pond, nice little walking trail along the pond as well. And then you got your amenity center right over here. And just to give you an idea, I'll point things out. Right over there, you have like a little clubhouse situation. You have an infinity pool that overlooks everything here. You have your fitness center on the other side, and we'll walk up there to get a better look. So as of right now, I'm trying to walk to the front of the amenity center. It's a big place, but right behind me here, you have like a little clubhouse that you can rent out for events and parties and stuff like that. All right here. And then right around the corner, they're gonna have the main entrance to your amenity center. So they do have a lifestyle director that's sitting in there that really helps out if you have any, any big events coming on for the weekends. They'll keep you informed. I know they also have a newsletter for the community as well that kind of just lets you know what all the little happenings that are changing here. They just recently added 6 pickleball courts, and isn't it crazy, guys? I feel like pickleball came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it existed. And now all of a sudden everyone plays pickleball, and it's one of the funnest things to do. But I actually love it. It's a fun game. It's almost like table tennis, ping pong, and it's almost like real tennis, but it's not. So anyone that talks shit on pickleball, they've never played it, right? They say, oh, it's not a real sport. Go ahead and try. It's hard. It's not easy. So let's take a look at this amenity center here, guys. I think this is the main thing to look at here, is when you come up through here, you go to the main pool area, and we're not going to get too close just to give people their privacy. I don't want to bother people too much. We got people playing music. We got the pond, we got the water overlooking the water. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then right over here, this is where your fitness center is, but they've got everything that you need in there. In total here at Trailmark, you have this master planned amenity center for everyone here for the 2,200 homes. It's got an infinity pool. It's got like a little tot lot type of pool, playground over there, walking trails throughout the community, over 10 miles of those, and biking trails as well. 6 pickleball courts, basketball court, community events, lifestyle director. They have a ton of stuff that's within this community. And really, when you're comparing it to many of the master plan communities around, I think you're getting more bang for your buck. Now, there's some communities that have better or nicer amenity centers, but how often are you going to use the pool and everything? Depends on you. Maybe you really enjoy that type of situation. I've lived in an HOA community before. I don't have kids. We are planning on having kids in the future here, but I don't want to hang out with a whole bunch of other people's kids. Like, it's just not my scene, right? And it better not be. It'd be a little weirdo if that happened. Okay, so another thing that's really important to a lot of you guys out there is what's going on with the schools here in St. Johns County. Now, many of you probably know that we have the #2 school district in the entire state of Florida. And here in St. Johns County, about 73% of schools are rated A-rated schools. And that's one important thing to note, especially if you're looking on Zillow. They rate schools in terms of 1 through 10. Right, so an 8 might be a B, it also could be an A, who knows? It just depends on their specific rating for that school. But here in Florida, the state of Florida rates everything across the entire state A through F, A being the best school, F being the worst school. We don't have any F-rated schools here. 73% of our schools are rated A, and then we have a couple of Bs, and I think we have like 2 Cs. So really, you throw a rock, you're gonna hit a great school here in St. Johns County. Now here in Trailmark, all of the schools are actually brand new. You have Piccolata Crossing, which is going to be your elementary school. You have Pacetti Bay Middle School, which is going to be brand new. And then you have Decoy Creek High School. All of these have been built with, I think, the past like 5 to 6 years, and they're also all rated A schools. So you're covered completely here, and really all of them are on International Golf Parkway. So it's only going to take you at most 10 minutes if you are going to drop your kid off at school to do that from this location here. Now, like I said before, you do have 3 different builders within this community. There were other builders in the past, but they have since closed out here. And as of right now, there's only 3 builders that are building right now here in Trailmark. If you're looking for pricing and your best option on pricing, you're gonna wanna go with Dreamfinders. Dreamfinders is selling on 40-foot lots. Their homes are gonna be just as nice, I would say, as any of the other homes, but the thing you're really paying for is the elbow room, right? Because all the other builders, Richmond American and Drees Homes, are gonna be building on 60-foot lots at a minimum. And that 60-foot lot, if you wanted, you could do a 3-car garage. Now, the pricing for Dreamfinders homes is going to be somewhere in the low 400s to the mid 550s. And that's really where it's going to be your best bang for your buck to get into St. Johns County or into the community of Trailmark, because the pricing for the other builders is going to be about $100,000 higher than the base price of Dreamfinders. Now, the incentive for Dreamfinders is that they're going to buy your interest rate down to 4.99% for the full 30 years. And that is a huge incentive, and that's gonna cost them probably around $30,000 to be able to do that. They're also gonna throw an additional $10,000 towards your closing cost. So there may be some wiggle room in what we can do with that in terms of negotiating on that, but for the most part, that's already a pretty good deal to get your interest rate to 4.99 and also get $10,000 of closing costs, when your closing costs are probably gonna be around $15,000 to $17,000 on a $400,000 home. Now, of course, there are pros and cons of going with each builder, and we can get into detail on that. If you need to, we can talk about it. But in terms of pricing, Dreamfinders is gonna be your best bet, starting in the low 400s. If we're ranking these builders in terms of price, you're gonna start at Dreamfinders, Richmond American, and then Drees, right? Now, there's some overlap between Richmond American and Drees because they both offer 60-foot lots. But Drees Homes kind of separates themselves because they're actually doing customizations on the home. Where Richmond American, they're doing spec homes, so you can't make any decisions. Everything's already pre-planned, and all the decisions, all the design center features like your backsplash, your stovetop, your hood range, all that kind of stuff is already decided by the builder itself. So for Richmond American, they are building on 60-foot lots within here at Trailmark, and that it makes a huge difference. Pretty much all of them are going to be about 125 feet deep. You might find lots that are a little bit deeper depending on if it's on the cul-de-sac, might have a little bit of a different angle or a pie shape, but for the most part, they're going to be building on 60 by 125 foot lots, and they offer 5 different floor plans. The smallest floor plan they offer is going to be around 2,400 square feet, and the largest floor plan that they're going to offer is going to be around 3,100 square feet. Pricing for Richmond American is going to start in the mid-5s and kind of go up from there. They don't really have too many cheaper options than that. You're going to get your best deal on the quick move-in homes. And as of right now, their incentive on the quick move-in home is going to be a 5.25% interest rate. They're also going to offer 3% towards the closing costs of the purchase price. So 3% of around $550,000 is going to be contributed to you towards your closing costs. And they're also going to give you an additional $10,000 to use as flex money. So if you want to use that for your closing costs, you want to use that for your rate buy down to further buy down the rate that they're already buying down, you could do that. And finally, let's talk about Drees Homes. Now, this is actually where we're in right now. We're in one of their model homes that they have here in Trailmark. And Drees Homes offers homes that are on 60-foot lots and 80-foot lots. So if you're looking for a lot more elbow room than the other builders here in the community, you're gonna wanna go with Drees Homes. Another bonus with Drees Homes is that they also allow some customization with their homes if you're building from lot. Now, if they have homes that they're speccing out and they're just putting up on the market and they've made all the decisions, you can't really make any changes because they've already got the plans pushed through the county. They've already bought all the finishing materials that they're gonna put in the house, like the backsplash and the countertops. But if you're building from lot and you wanna go on a 60 or 80-foot lot, you can choose a whole bunch of different options. Do you wanna choose your countertop? You can do that. Do you wanna maybe move a wall here and there because maybe you like this space, but it'd be better this way, or you have it in a different idea of what it could look like? Drees Homes is willing to work with you on that, where the other builders in this community will not. So if you're looking in the 60-foot lots, prices are gonna start around $535,000. If you're looking at the 80-foot lots, pricing is gonna start around $645,000. So there's a good bit of difference between what is offered between 60-foot lots and 80-foot lots. It just depends what is more important to you. So now that we covered a little bit of the pricing of all those different builders, I went ahead and I pulled the CDD and HOA information for Drees Homes, which is gonna be the most expensive that we're gonna find amongst the new construction here in Trailmark.
Oh. Dear God, no!
Now the HOA for everyone is going to be around $100 a month, but the CDD is individual to how big of a parcel you have. So if you have an 80-foot lot, it's going to be more expensive on your CDD payment than you would if you had a 40-foot lot. So keep in mind, this can change depending on what builder you go with and what lot size you have. But we're giving you pretty much the most expensive one so that you can at least be prepared if you decide to go with something as big as this. So like I said, you have your $100 annual HOA, but then for your CDD on an 80-foot lot, you have your CDD amount, which is $2,630.29. And then you also have your operation and maintenance fee, which is paired with that CDD fee, which brings you out to $3,587.71. That operation and maintenance fee is $957.42 for the year. So yeah, you're saying like, oh man, the HOA is super cheap. Yeah, it's only $100. That's because everything is really pushed into the CDD nowadays, because the CDD is paid along with your taxes. If you have a choice between not paying your HOA and not paying your taxes, which one are you gonna choose? You're not gonna pay your HOA. People not paying their taxes a little bit more serious, which is why they pushed it that way. Okay guys, and that wraps up this video. I hope you gained a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of insight into the community of Trailmark. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here in Trailmark or any other master plan community, have any questions about everything that I covered here today, I know it is a lot. Make sure you reach out to me and my team directly. We'd love to be able to help. And I'd also like to make a note that all these prices, all these incentives, they change on a weekly basis, right? So if the community is selling well, maybe the incentives go down, maybe the prices go up. If the community is not selling well, they don't really try to mess with pricing too much, but they're going to up the incentives. So this stuff will change from time to time, guys, and it just depends on when you're reaching out to me if this information is still accurate. I try to do the best I can to keep everyone up to date. And at the end of the day, all we try to do on our team is give you the information so that you can make an educated decision on what you already want to do, which is buy a home here in St. Johns County. So until next time, guys, have a good one.